you got two.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Edenton Town Council regularly scheduled meeting for the month of December. I apologize for the quality of my voice. Excuse me. I've been meeting and greeting a lot here the last several days, and it decided to give out on me this morning, but I'll limp through as best I can. Copies of the agenda are available in the room if you'd like to follow along with us. So if you would now, please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, after which Councilman Poole will offer an invocation. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us bow our heads. Father God, we just want to thank you for another privilege to come together, a special privilege that you have taught us, that we can sit on the board, that we can listen to the people of this town, and that we can work together. We thank you for giving us new members. We thank you for giving us a new, he's not new, but we want to thank you for giving us a new mayor tonight. And we want to thank you, and we ask in your precious name that you will help us, guide us, and let us do that which is right. And let us listen to the people that we may grow together. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Reverend. Item 4, we have some minutes from prior meetings, the Redevelopment Commission meeting on November 12 and the regular November 12 council meeting. Chair would entertain a motion to approve.
Motion we accept minutes as written.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any corrections, questions? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Very good. Before we get into the rest of the agenda, I'd like to make a personal observation here tonight and introduce you all to my family members who came down for this meeting tonight. And I'll just go where they're seated. In the front row is my grandson, Harry Vaughn. Of course, my lovely wife, Peggy. I'll say more about her in a little while. This is one of the few times when I can talk and she has to listen. And then Fletcher Vaughn is with us, and his and Harry's mom, Ashley Vaughn, Harris's wife. And then right behind them, to the far right and on the end, is Joel Williams. He's my son-in-law. He's married to Liza, who's seated beside him. And my sister Martha Vaughn is up here. She lives over in Kill Devil Hills. And our son Harris, he's been here on numerous occasions working with his town council. So anyway, thanks for that little bit of indulgence. So now we'll turn the meeting into our report from the committees. And Anne Marie, if you would handle the administrative report, please, ma'am.
Mayor, happy to do that. The Administrative Committee reviewed at their last meeting a proposed lease agreement for a office located on the second floor of Town Hall that will be leased to our new Congressman Murphy. Congressman Murphy plans to have a full-time staff member working out of that office, so we are super excited. It's the first time that there's been a field office in Edenton, and I think in northeastern North Carolina, for a congressperson. We've been through all of the requirements. Our town attorney reviewed the lease, although he told me we didn't have much negotiating between him and Congress, but he felt like we were not giving away the store. We are, in fact, leasing the space to the congressman at no cost, and the council discussed that what we would have received if it, for market rent far exceeds what our citizens will benefit by having direct access to congressional staff. So Mayor, we ask that the council, the administrative committee reviewed and recommended that the council approve the resolution authorizing the lease agreement as presented.
Okay, will someone on that committee make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, sir. Motion and a second. Any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. Next.
Mayor, and the council, the administrative committee, excuse me, has reviewed several times the town's ADA, the American Disabilities Act transition plan that was put together by Saoirse Scott, our lead for North Carolina fellow. Council was extremely impressed with the plan. It was comprehensive, and Saoirse has lined out a timetable for us to take steps to ensure that all of our facilities are accessible to everybody. And so the administrative committee recommended that that plan be adopted by the council, and I believe it's also posted on the website if people are interested in reading more details about the plan.
Okay, having heard that report, Chair would once again entertain a motion from the
So moved,
committee. Okay.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the transition plan as just presented. Further questions or comments?
Just a comment, Saoirse, great job. Thank you.
Anyone else? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Very good. Next, we will hear from our Finance Committee, and that's chaired by Councilman Dixon. Please, sir.
So we have three quick things on tonight. The first is it's recommended that we approve a private sale of the mayor and Steve Biggs's iPads as we presented. And I'll put that for $50 a piece. We had to charge them something, and I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second to allow Steve and me to buy the worn-out iPads we have. You would think,
Price of $50.
you would think after 24 years. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, no? All right, that motion carries.
Have all the secrets been removed?
None of them.
And the second thing this is just one of the many things that Roland has presided over and helped make happen in Edenton. It's recommended that council approve a grant agreement with the North Carolina Department of Commerce for a Colony Tower expansion project that we discussed at the last meeting. And I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the grant agreement for Colony Tower expansion. Questions? Comments?
Great move.
I'll make one comment. We had a tour here last week with the new president of College of the Albemarle, and we went out on Peanut Drive and we toured various establishments out there, one of which was Colony Tower, and that was quite a day. The most interesting thing to me was all of those companies out there were born and raised in Edenton. They're not branches of any other larger corporation. They were the dreams of some of our predecessors that not only came to fruition, but really have grown over the years and provide a wonderful, stable backbone to our local economy. That street alone is really incredible. So we had a great tour. Our president really enjoyed it. He saw boats being built. He saw tires being recapped. He saw laboratory technicians and scientists working on food samples. He saw, whatever. Yeah, Jimbo's Jumbo. Roasting and packing and putting honey on peanuts. It was a good day. Good day.
Mayor, it might be interesting to tell them about the cement that Colony Tire was pouring.
Tell them I forget the total number, about 80 truckloads, wasn't it?
They were having 80 truckloads for 3 Friday nights in a row. They poured 80 truckloads last Friday night, 80 truckloads this coming Friday night, and 80 truckloads the next Friday night. A third, and a third. So that's-
Yeah, y'all thank Charlie anytime you see him, because it was either Edenton or Plymouth is the way he was going to go with his company. All right, did we vote? We did.
I put it in the motion.
Yeah,
Edenton second.
okay. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further comments or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye? Any opposed, no? All right, that carries.
And the third thing we have on is recommended that the council approve a legally binding commitment and a deed of trust between the town and CB of Edenton, as we discussed at our last meeting, and I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second to legally bind the deed of trust documents. Any further questions or comments? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, no?
That's it.
All right, thank you, sir. There's been a line item inserted in here for me to make some remarks at this point, and I'm gonna do it seated since the mic's here and we don't have a podium tonight. I have a lot of things that I could say, but I'm gonna be brief because this council has work to do, and it really is time to move on. While I was preparing my thoughts, interestingly enough, I came across a biblical verse that works for me in this occasion, and it's the Ecclesiastes Beatitudes. For every time, and to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. And I added one to what the Bible had to offer, and I said, a time to stay and a time to go. So, really, I don't know how to express myself in a form of gratitude that's sufficient to talk about my experience as your mayor. No doubt, it's because of the citizens of this community that we have enjoyed the success that we have over time. And I told myself, this is not about what we've accomplished, but it's my wish just to spend most of this time thanking you all for your volunteerism, thanking you all for your support to this council over the years. It means a tremendous amount to all of us who have had a seat up here. When I was in high school, one of my classmates, no, he's 2 years younger than me, a guy named Erskine Bowles. You may have heard of him. He ended up being chief of staff to Bill Clinton. And his dad was a great guy. He was a politician here in North Carolina. Skipper Bowles was his name. And Skipper would always come up to VES where we were in school and sit around the room and talk about what we needed to do as we grew up. And one of the things he said to us that I've never forgotten, and he said, I don't care where you go or what happens to you for the rest of your life. He said, always remember to put more wood back on the woodpile. So that little bit of folksy wisdom, as I say, stuck with me over the years, and it really propelled me into wanting to do something for this community. The community allowed my family to live here, allowed me to work here, allowed our children to get a good public education here and go on to get college degrees. And my dad was a doctor, and he had a different way of serving the community, of course, through his profession. I didn't have any tools like that, but I did feel confident that I could do a decent job as mayor of Edenton, wanted to give it a shot. I was brand new. I didn't know anything about municipal government. I got elected, I remember sitting in this seat the first night I got the gavel, and I looked out and I said, I feel like the dog that's been chasing the 18-wheeler and caught it. What am I going to do? And, but anyway, I had a lot of tutelage from my buddy here to my left, and a lot of other people who've been involved with the community over the years. As you all know, we have many assets here. We have history, we have natural beauty, but again, I come back, it's to you all, the citizens of Edenton, who differentiate us from other small communities, not only in this region, but across the state. I want to also give thanks to this council for their support, and to all the councils that have served up here with me over the last 24 years. I can proudly say my job is to run the meeting and to hopefully build consensus among us sitting up here at the table so that we can get good positive things done for the community. And I do not recall anybody coming here with a hard set agenda that they alone wanted to follow and try to impose on their fellow council members. Never happened. We would disagree, still do, but we always had a good amount of civility about the process, and we walked out of here shaking hands as good friends. And I am confident that under Jimmy's leadership, that type of purpose and commitment to the work that the town council does will be carried on. I want to thank all the department heads. I've had a lot of experience with them over the years. We have a wonderful group of leaders in our departments right now, and of course all of the employees that work for the town as well. I was laughing at a meeting, we were having lunch. Peggy Ann arranged lunch for me to give to the girls or share with the girls in administration, yesterday? And I was reminded of, now I've lost my train of thought. That's why it's time to go. I think I'll get back to you on that. No, I know what it was. Early on in my career, we came up with a brilliant idea that let's buy mechanical garbage can lifts for our trucks. We could say, we did an analysis of the cost and the savings and the this and the that, and we made it known to the public. And overwhelmingly, the citizens of Edenton did not want to see that happen. They love those guys that ride around on our trash trucks. They're ambassadors, really. I didn't know that. We learned that in the process, because I bet 600 people or more came to a council meeting. We had to have it over in Swain Auditorium just to tell us not to take those guys off the trucks. And the company even offered to hire them in another capacity. But no, the citizens wanted to have those guys come by and say hello to them. They waved back. That was just part of what Edenton is. So anyway, finally, I want to thank Anne Marie. We've worked together for 24 years. She was seasoned when I got on board, so therefore, as I said a minute ago, she's been a wonderful mentor to me and for me. And we have a great relationship. We bounce things off of each other. We didn't always agree either, but we talked about everything openly and hopefully brought forward good ideas. I know from my experience in serving on boards and commissions around the state in this capacity, that she is an admired and looked up to administrator, recognized by her peers as being top of the class. And we were very fortunate to have her with us, and it's been a pleasure to work with her and develop the friendship that we have. So, I think that's about it for me. This is not a goodbye speech. Like Mr. Rogers said at the close of his television show, I'll see you around the neighborhood. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will now begin the agenda for our reorganizational meeting. First order of business will be to administer the oath to the newly electeds and to our new incoming mayor, former Councilman Jimmy Stalin. So if Jimmy, Roger, Sambo, and Hack, if you all would get yourselves ready. Is there any particular order we want to follow here, Anne
We
Marie?
do. We have an order on the agenda. Mr. Mayor, first of all, thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. It's my pleasure and it's an honor and privilege to be here to do this. And Mayor-elect Stallings, if you'll come forward, and if any family that you have would like to come up, hold the Bible, etc. This side over here. And you'll come right here. Okay. All right. Okay. If you will place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right, please. I, Jimmy Stallings,
I, Jimmy Stallings,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of North Carolina,
of North Carolina,
not inconsistent herewith,
not inconsistent herewith,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
as mayor for the town of Edenton, North Carolina.
as mayor of the town of Edenton, North Carolina.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
All right.
Thank you. And then can we get a photo, Mayor, of you and the judge? Saoirse will take your photo.
No, we'll just get the two of you, if that's okay. Awesome, and I'm gonna do one.
All right. All right, next I will have Councilman-elect Roger Coleman.
I'm a little nervous.
You can stand right there. All
Okay.
you gotta do is hold the Bible out.
I can do that.
Very good,
All
very
right.
good. All right. Mr. Coleman, if you'll place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right, and repeat after me, please. I, Roger Coleman,
I, Roger Cole,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of North Carolina,
of North Carolina,
not inconsistent herewith,
not inconsistent herewith,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
as councilman at large
as councilman at large
for the town of Edenton, North Carolina.
for the town of Edenton, North Carolina.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Councilman. Councilman Dixon.
Right?
All right, if you put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right, and repeat after me, please. I, Samuel B. Dixon,
I, Samuel B. Dixon,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of
of
the United States
the United States
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and the laws
of North Carolina,
of North Carolina,
not inconsistent herewith,
not inconsistent herewith,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
as Councilman of the Second Ward
as Councilman of the Second Ward
for the town of Edenton, North Carolina.
for the town of Edenton, North Carolina.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
And last but not least, Councilman-elect High. All right, put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right, and repeat after me. I, W. Hackney High Jr.,
I, W. Hackney High Jr.,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of North Carolina,
of North Carolina,
not inconsistent herewith,
not inconsistent herewith.
and that I will faithfully discharge
I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
as Councilman of the First Ward
as Councilman of the First Ward
for the town of Edenton, North Carolina.
for the town of Edenton, North Carolina.
So help me God.
So help me God. Can you bend down a little?
Picture with all of you with me here.
Okay, all right,
All right.
we're gonna get no photo.
All right, we'll put it up. All right. Flags there, Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Oh, no, what's this sign and see?
I'm keeping my seat.
Yeah.
Keep it in you apart.
Yeah.
Take my name tag.
someone who I know will do a wonderful job for this community. Jimmy is we've been good friends up here in the council. Jimmy has, like the rest of us, quite honestly, he's all in. I mean, there's no resume building going on up here. This is a working group of people. And I know he'll do a wonderful job. Last Friday night, I gave Jimmy the magic candy cane. Caused the tree lights to come on.
And it worked.
Yeah, and I'm confident there's a lot of magic in this thing too. So Jimmy,
Aw.
all the best.
Mayor, can you just have a seat for a few minutes? They want to say a few words.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate this honor, and it is a great honor. Mayor Vaughn and I have been good friends for a number of years here, and he has done a wonderful job. And we were in the parade together on Saturday. Him and I and our wives rode in the car together, and as we stopped in front of the viewing, whatever you call it, viewing stand, Mike MacArthur, as I was driving off, Mike MacArthur said, "You got some mighty big shoes to fill," and that's the truth. I got some mighty big shoes to fill, and even though I've got small feet. But I have an awful lot to be thankful for. I'm following a male that I really admired. I've been on the council with him for 20 years, and he's been here 24 years. And the town manager, who I've worked with for the last 20 years, who she and I have developed a very good friendship, and I think the world of. I have a very supporting family. Y'all have to excuse me. I have a very supporting family. My wife and children have supported me through all of this process. Pam and Amy have worked really hard, crunching numbers, making phone calls, and kicking my backside to get me to work on the campaign. So John Dowd and Roland both have helped me with my campaign so much, and Patricia White helped a lot. There's a lot of names. I cannot name all the people that helped me a lot, but John Dowd with social media, he just did a wonderful job with that, and I just thank everybody that helped me in any way and supported me in any way. It was a great experience. I met some great folks along the way. I enjoyed every minute of it. Now it's ready to move on and to move Edenton forward together, and that's what we hope to do. I wanted to give back to my community some that what they have given me. This community has really helped me a lot. It's been a lot to me. I've been here since 1977, and this community has given me a lot. I ran a successful business here for 43 years, and I just really thank all of you, and I will be asking for a lot of your help and support, so thank you very much. And at that, we'll move on with the...
And I think each of the new council members, we're going to ask them to say a few words.
Yes, okay, sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, we'll start with Roger. Roger, if you've got any comments you'd like to make to...
I was thinking about tonight of what all I might say on this occasion, and I came up with a new theme, a new motto, a new slogan for our town, and that is Edenton, the town that says thank you. And that's been the theme tonight, I think, of all of us wanting to say thank you. Thank you to all of you for the confidence you've bestowed upon me in the past few months, and for the opportunity you've given me to find a new way to serve our community. That's a tremendous gift you've given to me, and I plan to spend the next 4 years paying you back for all that you've given to me. And I'd like to thank my partner of 50 years for the encouragement she's given to me over those years. It's been one project after another for our lifetime. but also for the sacrifices that she's made on my behalf in order to allow me to follow some of my dreams. I look forward to serving with Mayor Stallings and with this town council and to working with all of you. I'm a team player. I take advice well. I ask for advice. I'll work with groups throughout the town. I want to come together to create an exciting and a hopeful future for all of our citizens. Edenton, the town that says thank you. How's that?
That's great. I'd like to first start by echoing what Mayor Stallings said about Mayor Vaughn. Mayor Vaughn, behind the scenes, has been an incredible mentor to me over the years, and I thank you for that. And even more importantly, thank him for his tireless leadership over the years. He has been a steady guiding hand to us all, and I very much appreciate that. I'd also like to thank Steve Biggs for his service to the town. I think between Mayor Vaughn and Councilman Biggs, it's almost a half of a century of leadership and service to this town. You put it in that context, and it makes their sacrifice all the more remarkable to me. And so, Roland and Steve, we thank you very much for your service. Next, I'd like to thank my wife, Martha, my family, my co-workers, my friends and supporters. Many of you are here tonight. For encouraging me to run in the first place. And I look forward to your continuing support, and I've drawn a lot of strength and courage from that support, and I appreciate that. To the people of Edenton, I thank you for your trust in me. I want to let you know that I'm honored and privileged to serve you, and even more important than that, I want you to know that I take that honor and I take that privilege very, very seriously. And every decision I'll make, I will keep Edenton and its citizens in mind. And lastly, I look up here and I see the leadership team that the voters of Edenton have put into place, along with Ms. Knighton. And we've got an incredible team. And I look forward to the next 4 years. I see great things for us. During the campaign, I talked about the fact that Edenton is a wonderful, wonderful place. I also spoke openly and honestly that I feel like we can be better. I feel like we could be so much more than what we are. And I look at these gentlemen up here, I look at Anne Marie, and I cannot tell you how excited I am for the great things that are about to come to us. So, thank you.
Thank you, Roger and Hack, for your wonderful words there. And Sambo, I don't think he needs any introduction, but
Well, my remarks are going to be all about Roland. And I've been thinking today, what would I say to sum up his time, and I'm a crier, so I'll probably sit up here and start crying, but especially if I look at Peggy Ann. And, but, he brought up Mr. Rogers, and all day long I've been thinking of Jimmy Stewart and It's a Wonderful Life. And I walked down to this waterfront today, and I looked around, and what did I see? I saw a breakwater. I saw a brew pub getting ready to happen. I saw children playing on probably the best playground. I saw boats coming up and down the intercoastal waterway. And I thought none of that would be here without Roland Vaughn's incredible management of this town. So, it doesn't take much to realize that we would be just like everywhere else if this man had not taken the helm of this town and made it into what it is today. So I am so grateful that you created a place that we could raise our children and that they want to come home to. So before I completely embarrass myself, thank you.
You're our Jimmy Stewart.
I think the mayor and his family want to leave.
okay. Mayor, I understand that you and your family might want to leave to go ahead and get ready for the, so if you'll feel free to leave. Yeah.
You're welcome to stay.
But you're welcome to stay. Yeah.
You're welcome to stay, but
See you, Liza.
Hey, Joey. Your daughter. sir. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
See you next door.
I'll see you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
See you.
Mayor, I don't think we're just kicking you out. I mean, this gives that a period, they don't.
Thank you for being here.
I didn't see it, it's stuck in. Oh, we had a good turnout.
I had two people that was ready because they're out of town.
Well, thank you, everybody, for your kind words, and we're looking forward, we do have a great council assembled here, and we're looking forward to big things from this council, and we certainly appreciate it. I guess our next order of business here tonight is to elect a mayor pro tem. I hope all of you have given this some thought.
You can use that hammer.
That crowd back there won't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Okay, now Ken, I think we can move on. Our next order of business, as I said, is to elect a mayor pro tem, and I hope all of you have been given some thought to that process. So at this time, I will open the floor for a nomination for mayor pro tem.
Mayor, I would, if you're the president, the mayor pro tem is the vice president. And, I gave it a lot of thought, who I thought would be a really great person to take this position. And I would like to nominate Elton Bond. Elton and I have become great friends since he's been on this council. I feel like he always tells us how he's feeling. He does what he believes is right. He's in this to make Edenton a better place, and I can think of no better hands or no better person to be our vice president and our mayor pro tem than Elton Bond. So I'll put that in the form of a nomination.
I'd be honored to second that nomination, that's Sambo.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, I guess. Do we have any other nominations?
I move that the floor be closed.
Okay, we have a motion that the floor be.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor of Elton Bond for mayor pro tem, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem. Okay, next is boards and commissions. That as you know, a lot of those had to be changed because of the differences in the makeup of the council there. So you might want to make a note of this when your name is called, of what you want, which committee you're going to be on. Finance Committee is going to be chaired by Sambo Dixon, with Roger Coleman and Hackney High on the Finance Committee. Public Works, Craig Miller will be the chairman, assisted by Roscoe Poole and Sambo Dixon. Utilities Commission, Elton Bond will be the chairman, Roger Coleman and Roscoe Poole. Administrative Committee will be Hackney High Chairman, Craig Miller, and Elton Bond. Power Agency, of course, will be Anne Marie Knighton and Mike Nichols, who is our public electric works department. Airport Commission will be Hackney High. Tree Committee, Craig Miller, I believe you're on that at this point. You'll still stay on the Tree Committee. Recreation Advisory Board will be Hackney High. Destination Downtown will be Sambo Dixon. Historic Preservation will be Sambo. Housing Authority Board will be Reverend Poole, as he's on it now. He will continue on that. Planning Board will be Craig Miller. Board of Adjustments, Roger Coleman. Chowan Arts Council will be Roger as well. Chowan Cares will be Roger Coleman. And the Edenton Chowan Partnership is going to remain as it was. Roland Vaughn, Jimmy Stallings, and Bob Quinn. And so that's all the boards and commissions. Now, we have to approve the roster of firemen.
Fire Chief, do you mind just briefly describing what the purpose of the roster that council will be approving?
Mayor and council, what you have before you is the roster of the fire department. There's 46 names on there. Those 46 names, the town pays $20 a year to be a member of the North Carolina Firemen Association and $10 a month to the North Carolina retirement system. So what you're approving is for the firemen to continue with the North Carolina State Firemen Association and the retirement system.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Chief. Okay, I guess we need a motion to approve that.
So moved, Mayor. Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye. Those opposed, motion carried. So, Chief, you have your roster approval. Okay, the next thing is any items considered timely important from up here. Any of you have anything that you need to bring before the council tonight?
Mayor, just one thing, I just want to hear an update on bicycle rental business. Anything going on there?
No, I have not received an update, but I will reach out to,
I know we're in the winter time.
Yes,
No one wants to
yes.
ride a bike, but
I'll reach out to the fellow, I believe he's in Colorado, so
Okay.
I'll reach out to him.
another thing I want to say too.
Long ways to ride a bike.
To make a comment on the new brick sidewalk going down South Granville, Randall Westwater, really looks good. And also the ADA compliance, curbing walkways look great too. Really, things are coming along. They're moving.
The state is
state
doing
is
that,
doing
is
that,
that?
Yeah,
DOT.
that's a good job.
Yeah, looks good. They've been doing a lot of work. Sure. Does anyone else up here have anything?
I just got one thing to say. I think
Okay.
that all the holiday things that Destination Downtown did today, I don't think did this, during the flotilla and the Santa Claus was great, and I think we were just mighty lucky to have Jennifer at the helm of DDE.
That flotilla was really great.
Yeah.
It was, put some work in decorating those boats and all. It looked very well. Sure did.
And Amy's help too.
Okay. All right, at this time, we'll open up the floor for public comment from anybody out on the audience that wants to make a comment or introduce anything to us or tell us how you feel or,
You don't want that, do you, Jimmy?
not really. Okay, with that, we'll close the public comment then. Okay, and I will entertain a motion for dismissal.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. We are dismissed.